Hey guys, what's up? Mike242 here, and I have a nice little gun for you here. It's a rimfire rifle I just picked up at my local gun dealer here. And, well, we're just going to get opening it and you can see what it is. So, the manufacturer is Marlin, so you might guess what it is. Maybe not. Marlin has a lot of firearms. It's a 22 LR. Hopefully, anyway, that's what I picked out. And here it is. So, if you don't know by now, basically, it is a Marlin model XT-VR. I think that's the exact model. And 22. So, we'll take it out of the... It's actually a pretty heavy 22 here, so... anyone of all ages can use this. So this is just the handbook, owner's manual, stuff like that. You know, as a guy, you'll never look at that. Next, and you're probably going to get a triple cable lock. I never use these in Canada. You're supposed to use them with restricted firearms, but practically very annoying on unrestricted, so I don't use them, and they don't really make the gun any safer than it is in my hands. So we're going to take the gun to the little plastic here. And then we'll move this aside so we can actually see what we're dealing with. Alright. Okay, so this is what you see here. There's a little string on that. I'm just going to take that off. Oh, okay, I guess it's staying on there. But this is it. Got a good pan of this before I talk about it. Alright, so basically it did not come with a magazine when I purchased the gun. You know what? I don't know how to take this out. There we go. Alright. Take the mag out. Make it clear for you guys. So, let's see here. Model XT-22VR and 22 LR. Micro groove barrel. Not sure what that means, but other people probably do. And there's that stupid warning symbol that you get on the side of every firearm that is honestly retarded. But it does have this cool little feature. I think it's called an accu-trigger. It's where if it's cocked, I'll cock it for you. See, it's on fire right now. Okay, so you can't pull this trigger without pushing this first. Okay, cool little safety feature. And it's also a very light trigger. I'll let you see the trigger pull. Virtually zero trigger. 0 pounds pretty much. That's like a couple pounds, not even. But yeah, 22 LR. It is the varmint model, so it does have the heavy barrel here. And just I'm holding it out in front of me here, I can notice it's about as heavy as an AR. So maybe even heavier. So you're not going to be running around with this too much. Then again, it's a bolt action 22. You're not going to be running around with it in general. But I think we can take the bolt out by just releasing that. And yep, there we go. So here's the bolt. I'll just pan on that if you want. And I bought this brand new, so it does still have some factory grease on it. And you can just pan that a little bit. See it. Serial number is on the left side of the receiver here, and it is synthetic stock. And it does, instead of a rounded grip or forehand, whatever you call this here, it is set like a triangle. So if you want to pan that, just like this. So you could probably set that on something flat, and you wouldn't get it rolling around on the bed of your truck or on a branch or whatever, and you could just steady it and fire. Now there are no iron sights on this gun, however it is drilled and tapped, so you probably could put one on there, but this is meant for a scope, and I do have a 3x39 scope that I'm going to put on here. So yeah, I didn't put that on here yet. I'm just going to show you out of the box what it looks like. Synthetic stock, pretty good. There's no play in the stock at all. Butt plate, pretty shitty. It's nothing there. It's just plastic. Not that great. I want to see rubber because, you know, sometimes if you're sweating a lot or whatever, and the butt plate will just slide off, the stock will slide off from your shoulder. But it does have a, it's not much of a grip. How do I say that? It's not very grippy here on the grip. I said grip about 100 times in that sentence, but yeah, it's just very smooth. If you were sweating a lot, you know, your hand would move. My hand moves over right now. It's pretty smooth. Then you get your fire and your safe right here. You're on safe, and then you're on fire. It is pretty hard, plus it's also loud when you do engage into fire mode here. When I come close to the gun here, just gonna push it forward. And if you're hunting, obviously, you know, the prey is gonna hear that, and they're like, oh, something's here. That's not, you know, usually in the woods. But yeah, so in reality, you don't use a safety when you're hunting because you just give your position away when you're taking it out. You're taking it off. But anyway, it does have a magazine here. Didn't come with one, but I bargained them to give me one because if the gun doesn't come with a magazine, then you're dealing with a fucked up manufacturer. But anyway, it's pretty easy. It's a 7-round magazine. Pretty sure you can get higher capacity ones. I'm gonna put the bolt back in here. You do have to pull the trigger for this. Guessing it has to be on fire for you to do that. You just push it in all the way in and let it go. Now, it is pretty hard to push it down there. Maybe it just needs to be broken a little bit, but you do have to use a lot of force. Not sure if that's normal, but it's on this model. So, it's on fire. I'll show you the trigger pull again. Pretty much, there is little, it probably moves like a couple millimeters. I can't even tell the difference. But you should never, you know, really dry fire, room fire, and in general. But I'm doing it just because I can. Yeah. So, not really much else to talk about this. You know, it's a bolt action 22. The reason I got this is because I like to shoot a lot, and I have a scope that I don't use, and I figured I might as well use it on something. And I saw this there, and I was like, holy shit, that is badass. So, picked it up, and here I am. So, yeah. And if you are a little bit longer of a guy, that didn't come out right. If you're a little bit longer in the arm section here, at the arm department, right? This is a short stock, so you might have to extend it with like a, you know, one of those rubber things. But yeah, it's very heavy in the front, you know. Right? I'm holding it in the middle, and you know it's pointing way down. But I bought it for $279 Canadian without scope, just as you see here, with that everything that came in the box. And you're probably going to get a lower capacity magazine because you're probably going to get like a 4 or 5 round magazine. Yeah, this is pretty much part 1, so I wouldn't say it's a review, it's more like an unboxing and just showing and telling. But part 2, I will shoot it, and yeah. So, yeah guys, hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for part 2.